Go.
Good evening. If you're watching this short video and you're a normal, healthy, average human being, the chances are you've had setbacks in your life. The chances are you've had a disappointment and you felt pain in your life. How do we deal with the setbacks? How do we deal when life throws us the inexplicable curveball? The Torah portion of Chayei is one of the most profound teachable moments. The first Jew, Abraham, was faced with a situation which very few people could handle and surmount. He was about to bury his life partner, Sarah Imenu. He had just come back from the traumatic ordeal of potentially slaughtering his own son. And at that point of his life, Abraham did not own 1 inch of land. If anyone had an excuse to be down in the dumps and to feel sorry for himself at that point in time, it would have been Abraham. But what does HaKadosh Baruch Hu teach us? What does the Chumash say? After the demise of his wife and the incident and the trauma of Isaac, the Torah says he got up from his grief and immediately was focused on finding a suitable place for his wife to be buried and immediately looking at the future of the Jewish people. The pedagogical lesson for us, the life lesson, is very, very profound. The successful people in life are people that don't wallow in self-pity, they don't blame, they don't have excuses, and they never play victim. To give you some contemporary examples, what if I were to tell you that there was a kid who grew up in Switzerland. At the age of 4, he couldn't read. Till the age of 7, he couldn't write. He was told that he was not appropriate for the conventional academic route. He was expelled from his school. And today, ladies and gentlemen, you and I know him as Albert Einstein. What if I were to tell you that there was a cartoonist who was so poor that the only place that he could find a roof over his head was he went to the back of his church and asked for permission to sleep in the barn at the back of the church. This cartoonist one night was looking at the corner of that barn, and out came from the hole in the barn a little mouse. That cartoonist started sketching that mouse. What if I were to tell you that that mouse today we know as Mickey Mouse, and that cartoonist is Walt Disney? What makes Albert Einstein, Walt Disney, and the many other people that we know who've overcome insurmountable odds? It comes down to grit and attitude, whether a person sees himself as a victor or a victim. The portion of Chayei underscores the fact that the importance of looking to the future, that the past does not equal the future, and understanding that there is nothing that happens in our life that we cannot handle and that ultimately is not for our best interest. My friends, at the end of the journey, when we go through these ordeals, Abraham was teaching us our decision is whether we go through this ordeal, are we going to be bitter or better? The portion of Chayei teaches us that we get up, we keep moving, and we always look for the light at the end of the tunnel. And that, my friends, is this week's Instruction for Living. Have a good Shabbos.